where is Gina? Okay, here we go. So this week, so as you know, like there was this huge thing came out, expose came out about, I mean, not about, but there was the Pendaverse, right? South Park Pendaverse. There's that 45-minute thing of a show. It was really cool, good episode, but it's not something new, right? But it is new to the public, like the normies, people out there who don't pay attention to these things. It's new to them, right? And so they don't know what happened with Gina. They're not aware of what Marvel's been doing. They're not really aware of what Disney's doing. It's something that I even talked to my sister about and my brother-in-law about Disney, how Disney has done a whole bunch of things and had failed at like $300 million movies, yet they keep doing the same crap, right? But they just watch the movies for the movies because there's no DVD stores anymore, right? So you can't go and get individual DVDs. So you have to, and you're forced to get a streamer, right? So if you want to watch anything from Disney, you must get a freaking Disney subscription or Disney Plus subscription. Otherwise, you can't get access to those movies because there's no DVD stores. And I can understand that, you know, and, you know, if it was me, I'd be like, just turn off Disney, you know, but that's me. But the normies, you know, everyday person doesn't have time to go and be thinking about all these things out there. So recently with Gina, you know, because of Pendaverse, Gina Carano was out there talking about how, you know, that what had happened with her. So I'm going to bring up something. So let me find the original post that started all this. So have a look here. So this is in regards to what they were doing with the Pendaverse, right?
Okay.
And so I think I've got the wrong one. Give me a moment. I'll find the other one. That's the later one. Where are you? Do you know? Actually, let me have a look under her name. So, but the thing was, the fallout from this whole thing is huge, right? Because now everybody is talking about what we've been talking about. Oh, didn't come up. Weird.
There you go. There's one.
That's one, but that's a different one. So many here. Hold on. I wonder why it doesn't come up under Gina Carano. It's kind of strange. Did I spell it wrong? Here we go. Here, there it is. This is the Pendaverse one. All right, guys. So now this is from, of course, from Bounding into Comics. So Gina Carano weighs in on South Park Journey to Pendaverse, reveals Disney asked her to unfollow certain accounts because they said bad things about Kathleen Kennedy, right? So Gina, given her own personal history with the company, and you know everybody knows what happened. She said something that was not, you know, average, what basic, wasn't anything, you know, out there, and they just got rid of her because she was the kind of strong female person that they weren't, you know, interested in. So yeah, so Gina, given her own personal history with the company and as notorious producer, it should come as no surprise to find that actress Gina Carano has thoughts on the South Park Joining the Pendaverse special and its criticism of Disney and Kathleen Kennedy's ruinous obsession with identity politics. Offering a rare criticism of the House of Mouse's ongoing creative implosion, Joining the Pendaverse begins with Cartman finding himself plagued with nightmares in which he and the rest of South Park's citizens, for no reason and with no explanation, have suddenly been replaced by diverse women complaining about the patriarchy. And this is, you know, Cartman saying, the last time I had the dream, I was walking down the school hallway, and and then I see Butters. Cartman recounts to a therapist, and that's when I begin to notice that something's wrong. Everyone I cared about has been systematically replaced. And finally, I want to scream, and I'm like, why are they replacing every single character with someone who's diverse, right? And it's basically voicing what everybody in the pop culture, you know, YouTube world or fandom has been saying. Like, why are you replacing people, people that are, white with black characters or replacing with Asians, yet
Right.
not the other way around, right? So you can see here, these are the characters here that that's supposed to be South Park, but I mean, a character is Cartman and his friends. Butters here in the back with the blonde hair. The Indian is like, what's her name? Kenny, right? The Asian is character here is like, what's it? Is that like, gosh, I can't remember who that is. But like the Butters character and the Indian character was really funny. I thought that was quite interesting how they, But anyway, but then Kenny's like, it's not our fault. It's cause of Kathleen Kennedy, right? And this is when you realize that people who didn't know anything about how much Kathleen Kennedy is disliked, right? As as an executive with Marvel, is it Marvel Studios or it's Lucasfilm, right? Everything she's basically touched has ruined, has rotted into nothing. The latest having been what's his name? Indiana Jones, right? How much hundreds of millions did that movie lose? And but carrying on, he goes. He continues, his words becoming even more panicked by the second. But then Kathleen Kennedy is like, F it, make it more lame. And everyone in town is like, no, please, Kathleen Kennedy, stop ruining everything. But Kathleen Kennedy is like, put another gay, diverse woman in it. Make it more effing lame. And Disney stock just keeps going down and down and down. And then Bob Iger's all like, no, what's going on with my stocks? No, Kathleen Kennedy. Right? And so, and then we get to this point, where, let me find this little thing where she weighs in and talks about what happened with her, right? Here we go. So now talking about the Pandaverse, this is Jenna Kreiner saying. So this is the part where Kathleen Kennedy demands any YouTubers get censored off YouTube for sharing and laughing at this hilarious episode. She'll have YouTube disable the thumbs down option because of the ratio she'll receive. Then she'll have her publicist goals make sure Variety and Hollywood Reporter run hit pieces about South Park creators, right? Oops, moving too fast, me. Hold on. And they're right. Hit pieces about South Park creators and their families, smearing their names through every useful idiot she has under her thumb, who would sell their soul to work for Lucasfilm. She will activate her online mob to repeat that the South Park creators are racist, bigots, transphobes, and demand that the South Park creators publicly apologize by only using words she approves of. And finally, she will demand they subject themselves to re-education course of 45 people in the LGBTQ community Zoom call to sit there and listen of how badly they've got their feelings hurt all over a little boop of a South Park episode. But maybe, just maybe, the jig is up, and it kind of like, and then like, it happened. It actually happened to her, right? Some guy came out and was shilling hard for Disney. It was like, she was like, it was just like this pop culture website writer came up and was attacking her hard out. And so she proved them, correct. And it's kind of like, so then she said that then we got to find out this week, the Variety basically said the thing like, there was actual bots, right? Twitter bots, like fake accounts being used to do exactly that. And they got exposed.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of the Pandaverse episode. I've been having late nights lately, so I didn't get to finish it. But I know what they did to Gina Carano a couple years ago is just criminal. It was just criminal. It's it stinks and and it sucks. And what really sucks is I like a lot of Disney stuff.
Yeah.
I really enjoy I watched the Ahsoka show. I thought it was really good. I thought it was good. And what saddens me about Kathleen Kennedy is she, for a very long time, really cared about Lucas's vision for Star Wars, George Lucas's vision for Star Wars. Now I feel it's just a cash machine for her.
Yeah.
And also a platform for her to preach her woke ideology. And
that's it, right?
And it's sad. And you have these products, that are going to just fall to the wayside, and nobody's going to want to watch them. Nobody's going to want to be part of them. I mean, that's that cover you got right there. Is Marvel in trouble? Yes, Marvel is in trouble. I have about 1,000 Marvel comic books that I ordered directly from the distributor that are sitting in my shop. Nobody's buying.
Yeah.
So, we make characters woke that would have never was like that in any of the pantheon of their story arc. And nobody, I just don't get it. I just don't understand why you would burn your own product to the ground.
Because it's not a product. That's the thing, right? Because it's owned by Disney now. And this is what this is having gone something through like this, right? So you can like, if you're a creator of something, and if you like have come up with something you've come up with it because that's what you want to do with it, and you have a real passion for it, you love it. Now, if somebody, and you own it, it's you're the one who ends up with the returns on it, the major haul, whatever. And then you hire somebody to work on something. They don't have the same passion for it. All they want is a paycheck. So if they're like this thing about salaries, right? So if your contract is to get that many millions a year, all you're going to do is like, I'm here for 10 years, bro. You can't get rid of me, right? I'm signed. And if there's stipulations in place and you can't get rid of me. And so because you can't get rid of someone, they can do as much damage and force down people's throat, whatever ideology, narrative, whatever beliefs they have, political, whatever, I don't care, religion, whatever, they can't, because it's not theirs. So they can do that. And the other thing is, people think that like just because you change the character to say an Indian person or Asian or a black person or whatever you want to call it, right? African American, whatever, it's going to make it sell. It will. Well, that one issue. But after that, nobody's going to care about anything else, because all you did was you tokenized something and there's no value to it. And that's what they've done with Marvel. Like, I have no love for Marvel at all anymore, right? That's why I've just gone to toys, because I don't care about whatever they're right about anymore. As someone who's been a fan of that friggin' thing for 30 or plus years, I don't have any passion or any, liking for anything Marvel does anymore. So if it's part of Disney, it's even become worse than it ever could be, because now you have the machine thinking that how do we make something more money, but then realizing every time we do it, it fails. Why don't we course correct? Because we have a narrative to follow, right? We have ideology to push. And I think, the crazy thing is that when you start not listening to the audience and to the fans walk away.
Yeah.
Right.
The fans will go find something that fits what they want to watch, what they want to see. And you're going to be stuck with a community that is not going to. You're going to be stuck with a community that's not going to stick with you. You're pandering to a community that, one, really wasn't into comic books in the first place.
Yeah.
And two, are not going to stick with you after you've made all these changes and alienated your fan base.
Mm.
You know, I think it's atrocious that they basically made the love story between Scott Summers, Jean Grey, and Wolverine,
Yeah.
basically an open relationship between all three of
Yeah.
them, which is
Yeah.
just there's nothing that was ever close to that kind of a mentality shown in Wolverine.
Yeah.
Ever.
He would never do that.
Never, ever, 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 ever in a million years. And of course now, oh, you know, it's a new decade, it's a new time.
Mm.
No, if you want that kind of character, if you want that kind of a relationship, create a new set of characters that are cool, that mean something, and then do that. But don't crap on the character that's already in existence that people love and cherish. I'm a huge Wolverine fan. I named my son after Wolverine.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. And you just crap on it. You just crap on it. And this is a character that brought you a lot of fame and fortune. You know?
Billions of dollars all around the world, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, now we're gonna just destroy his whole thing. And I was like, the moment I did that, I was out. I'm out. Right?
Yeah.
I've got Wolverine over there. I've got a couple Wolverine Funkos there. I've got a friggin' mobile phone holder. I've got a Funko zombie Wolverine. I've got friggin' about 10 different Wolverines up there from different lines. I don't care about Wolverine anymore. As a comic book character, as a toy, yes. But as a Disney property, Marvel property, no. You know, I'm gonna read all the other stuff, not anything.
And then now, the last, what was it? Did you? I'm just finding out about it. The what they did with the Punisher.
Oh yeah, that I was out after that as well, man. I'm like, yeah. See, this is the thing, right? So Punisher, Constantine, Batman, and Wolverine, right? If you want to go to the top 5, and Conan, of course, is in there in my top 5, right? So they destroyed Batman, they destroyed Wolverine, and they destroyed Punisher for me, right? They also kind of messed with John Constantine. So I was like, these are 4 comic book characters that I love and have gone out of my way to read, to buy the books, to buy T-shirts of, posters of, right? Books, toys of, that I don't care about anymore, apart from the toys, right? That's it.
Right. You know, and luckily they didn't really mess around with Conan very much, but I think they couldn't. Yeah. I don't think they were able to because of licensing with that. Because I think Robert E. Howard's estate still has a lot to say about what goes on with that character.
Yeah.
But man, I kind of like my heroes to be more heroish,
That's it, right?
Morally, that's the thing. Have a little bit better morals than what's being done here. Yeah. And
so
I just don't get it. I just don't get it.